Yo everybody, it's Marvelous23 here. Today I've got a really special video today. Now I haven't done one of these in a really long time. It's been more than 5 years since I've done my last sneaker collection video. Now I got motivation to do this because I was going through my old videos and I was just thinking, why don't I just do this again with the updated wheel, right? Or collection, whatever it is. So I have all my, you can't see them, but I have all the boxes stacked up. It's like 4 feet high right now, and there's 6 boxes in each stack by 3. So let's go ahead and get into it, and we're gonna go from the ones that I got first in my collection to the ones I got the most recently. Now this is going to be from 2016 all the way to, well, 2024. I don't really wear some of the older ones because they don't fit me anymore. I was a growing kid, obviously, but I'm still gonna keep them, obviously. It's kind of like it's a memento, so to say. So anyway, let's get right into the video. We're gonna start today with my very first pair of shoes that kicked off the collection. So the first shoes I got in my collection, I got for Christmas 2016. Now, some of these are fairly rare. You don't see them at all very often, especially for dead stock, which, I mean, they're not dead stock, but they're also not in terrible condition. So, first ones we have are the Kyrie 2. Pretty sure they are the Crimson Speckle. I don't know the exact name of these, but I want to say they are the Crimson Speckle. Now, these are the very first shoes in my collection. I saw them at school one day. I thought they were really incredible looking. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I ask my parents for Christmas? They obviously said no. I mean, you know, they're not going to spend $120 on shoes for me. But my uncle, who is also a sneaker collector, he surprised me on Christmas with these. And I was so incredibly excited. That was like the best thing that happened to me ever, honestly. It was one of the greatest Christmas gifts, and it started off my crazy hobby of collecting sneakers. I wore these a lot in 7th, 8th, 9th grade, and the reason why I stopped is because, well, they're too small for me. I wear between a size 9 and a 10, depending on the brand, and these are 7.5 Nikes, and usually Nikes I wear 10, so that's a no-go for me. They don't fit, plus my little bit wider feet. The construction of this shoe is, well, it's obviously a basketball shoe. It's made for basketball, but it's got this strap on the side that is kind of like its most defining feature. That's what my issue with this personal model is, that the laces get frayed very, very, very easily, like because of the Velcro on the strap. But these were probably the coolest shoes I owned ever before I started collecting. So I'm not gonna say anything else about these. I just love them. I'm gonna keep them forever. So let's move on to the second pair. All right, so the second pair that I have today is also is from 2017. It's March of 2017. This is when I was fresh into the collecting era of my life, where I was like, you know what, I want to collect sneakers and I want to know more about it. So when I was in 7th grade, I was just scrolling Nike.com in school when I probably should have been doing my homework. And I came across these, which are the LeBron Soldier 10s SFG Black Toes. Now, these also don't fit me anymore because they're a size 8. Obviously, I'm a Nike size 10. They haven't fit me for a while. But these were kind of the more interesting looking shoes that I have. You see the bottoms are completely thrashed. I wore these a lot especially when I was in 7th and 8th grade. The Brown Soldier series are what I would like to say a forgotten gem of the late 2010s. I think they started to go downhill with the Soldier 12s, and I don't remember anything past that, unfortunately. But the most defining feature of this shoe is not only does it look like a boot, there's no laces at all. It's laceless. It is all Velcro. And getting this shoe on for the first time was pretty difficult, I would say. Mostly because, like, you needed higher socks and you just needed to slip your foot in. If your foot didn't make it through this hole, you weren't going to be able to fit into them. But once they stretched out a little bit, they were fine. Obviously, they don't fit me now because I'm a larger person than I was, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. But anyway, these were kind of weird. They're my only LeBrons in my collection. So I won't say anything else about that, other than they're also pretty weird, and I love them a lot. All right, so the third pair of shoes that I have in my collection, these hold a little bit of a special place in my heart. Not only are they the last shoes that my papa gifted to me, but they were also the first pair of Boost Adidas shoes that I ever had. Now, you can't find these very much online because there is an updated model of them, but these are the Adidas NMD XR1 Zebras. Now, these I also got in March of 2017. I saw these online. I think they were going for sale at the point, and I asked my papa, and he was like, sure. He didn't really care. He was like, whatever makes you happy, which, God rest his soul, is probably one of the nicest things he's ever done to me. Anyway, don't mind the weird lacing system I've got going on. I thought it was cool. These kind of fit because, well, they're Adidas, they're made for wider feet, but these are also still 8s, size 8s. I can't wear them for very long because they're a little tight, but because of the prime knit upper, which is why I bought these, they stretch a lot. I'm not going to talk about these anymore. You're going to see more Boost shoes in my collection very soon here, but this is when I started straying towards Adidas. So let's get to the next one. All right, so this next pair, I kind of feel are a little underrated in my opinion. I wore these a lot. They were my 8th grade back to school shoes. Now they're 8.5s, so they slightly don't fit. They're still pretty small. These are the Kyrie 3s in, I'm pretty sure, multicolor. That's what the thing is. When I saw these at, pretty sure, Finish Line, these were kind of odd to me. I really liked the 2 styling a lot better than the 3. However, the 3 isn't a bad shoe by any means. It's still a basketball shoe, you know. Fair. It was pretty comfortable as well. Great, like, gym shoe, actually. The only thing is the sole got dirty really fast. Like, after like 3 days of wearing it, it was like super dark. And I was a little frustrated because it was like, oh my God, I love this shoe. And then it's just dirty, crazy, fast. And it's also got some wear here and everything. And I'm kind of upset with that. But other than that, this one was probably one of my favorites at the time, if it weren't for the next ones in the list. So the next ones in the list I got for my birthday in 2017. Now, I had just turned 13, and my mom asked me, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, I don't know. You know, I had already bought Pokemon cards. I had gotten a game, you know. So she surprised me by buying me my very first pair of Jordans. These are the Jordan 1 Mid Ice Blues. Now, I still sometimes wear these. They're pretty rare. They're hard to find. They're kind of thrashed too, but I loved these. I love the mids. And now that mids are actually popular now, because they used to be hated on pretty severely, I'm like, you know what? I can say that I wore mids before anybody else. The leather on the mids aren't as good as the highs, in my opinion, but it's still an amazing shoe to rock. You just can't go wrong with a Jordan 1 of any size. Mid, low, high, whatever. No problems there. These I'm going to hold special to my heart because my mom finally came around to buying me shoes. She was like, okay, this is cool. This is fine. You're getting into the older stuff. She thought these were cool. I will forever keep these. Well, all the shoes I have, I will forever keep, except for a few. We'll get into that a little later. I'll talk about that eventually. Number 6 in the collection is more of a rare oddity that I have. My uncle, for Christmas in 2017, had gotten word that I had blue Jordan 1s. So he was like, do you want another pair of blue Jordans? I'm like, cool, I guess, sure, you know? What's the harm in that? So I was surprised on Christmas Eve, because we did buy my dad's family on Christmas Eve, with the Jordan 32 Low UNCs. These are criminally underrated, especially like between the 31s and the 32s. Those shoes were super underrated. I love them. Like, a lot of people don't care about the J's anymore, like, especially, like, the newer J's and newer silhouettes. After, like, 16, like, people just drop off and they don't really care about them. But, these are really, really comfy. Like, really, really comfy. I would recommend these to anyone, if you can find them for a good price, that is, who want a nice, comfy, like, lifestyle sneaker. There's not as much leather on this as older Jordans, which I think people sometimes don't like. I feel like the less leather makes it easier to clean, because this is all like a woven material. This is woven. It's still like a great shoe, you know? I'm never gonna hate on it. It's also one that I will always love forever. They introduced this thing called Flight Speed with a carbon fiber plate in the bottom. It was interesting, probably not my thing, but it's honestly, the design of this shoe is really cool. The Jordan 32 highs are also really cool. I recommend anybody checking those out if you can find them for a good price, that is. Unfortunately, these do go for like $2,000 dead stock, so I like to keep them put away. So these next ones I don't actually have with me, but I do have the box for them. They are the Ultra Boost Laceless. They're not the Oreos, because the Oreos are a different color, but they are more or less like a gray, white. I use these as my hiking shoes now, for when I go on vacations, national parks, because they're comfy and they have support, and any other shoe I would die in, basically. So I don't have them with me. I will put a photo up in this corner, probably, of the model, and I'll let you guys take care of that when you guys see it. So unfortunately, I don't have them with me. They are, I think, in my mom's car, so we're not gonna discuss it any longer. All right, so these next ones are kind of interesting, I would say. They are, I feel like I didn't wear these enough. Like, I should have worn these a lot more. These are the Kyrie 4s in Obsidian. Now, I put different laces on them because some jackass at school cut the laces when I was in gym one day, so I was a little upset. I put new laces on it. It originally came with like this dark blue lace. All around, this shoe was kind of interesting, but because I was still rocking Kyries at that time, I was like, dude, these are awesome. Now that I look back on them, they're kind of funky, but they're not my sort of style, so to say. The bottoms were probably the coolest part, which is this like zigzag thing. But they lost what made the regular 2s special. They had like this defining feature. This just kind of looks like a regular old basketball shoe, if I'm completely being honest. The one thing that I do like about this shoe, rather than some of the other 4s, is that it's a suede. It's more suede. It's not like this like woven material. It is like a nice soft suede. So I'm not gonna say anything else about this. I jibbed this out. They were all right, they were comfy, but I just didn't wear them very often. All right, next we go straight to 2019. I didn't get any shoes for Christmas in 2018 because I didn't ask for any. I wanted to build my first computer. I'll probably post a picture of it somewhere over here of my first one. You could probably see it in you can probably also see it in older videos, but this is what got me back into shoes. Now I have another pair of Ultra Boost here. They are the Ultra Boost Mid Granites. Now I really like these. These are the Ultra Boosts that I keep in really good condition. They look really good in the summer, and they look really good in like deep winter because of that like shiny heel cup. Not only that, they're also really comfortable. Obviously, they're Ultra Boost, and they're just like all weird all around. Like you've got these like almost like scarf like knit laces that I really like. It looks like an actual like woven sweater, and it's just one of my favorites. Actually, like it's one of my favorite Ultra Boosts that I've ever seen. And I got these on sale at Finish Line for like $100, so find that as a win. Once again, not gonna go into detail. Ultra Boost, you guys get the gist. All right, now we move to Christmas 2019. This year was kind of crazy for me in sneaker collecting. This was the last time I actually posted a video on my sneaker collection for the entire thing, actually. We have, you guys probably remember these, the UGG Noodles. And I don't know if they're in charcoal or gray. I forget the color. These were my first pair of boots. Now you say first pair because I have some more, and it's wintertime. I should be wearing these, and probably am. I'm probably gonna wear them tomorrow. These were really nice, and I wish I got the chance to wear them more at school because COVID happened 3 months later. So they kind of just sat in my closet for a while because I didn't go out. But they're really nice. Like if you just gotta throw on a pair of shoes, like because that you don't care about, as long as you have them treated, super comfy, super warm, they are pretty much perfect. I will also hold these dear to my heart because these are some that I picked up at my first Black Friday with my mom. Now she was like, do you want these? I'm like, yeah, I see everybody wearing them. Well, that sounds shallow of me. I understand. But, like, I've seen them around. I would like to try them. So, she picked them up, right? And I love them. They're great, you know? You can't go wrong with Uggs. I think they're very, very nice shoes. Sometimes they could be a little pricey, but I think the build quality is there for if like you're going like hiking or like you're in the snow. Definitely recommend these though. All right, so this next one was kind of a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting to get a pair of shoes in Christmas 2019, other than my Uggs, of course. But my uncle, the sneaker collector, surprised me with my first pair of Jordan 3s. Now these are the chlorophyll, I believe. Pretty cool. I love them. I just wish I didn't like beat them up so much. They're really great shoes. They're nice and comfy. I call these my lucky driving shoes because I passed my driver's test in these shoes. And I was obviously excited and everything, but other than that, it's a great shoe all around. You can't go wrong with 3s. I think I like 5s a little bit more than 3s and 4s. Like I said, come on, they're 3s. They're classic, they're stylish, they're easy to wear, they're comfy. Nothing you can go wrong with these. And these were the last shoes that you guys saw in the collection until I did like an update video about my Zions or my heels a while in the future. And it was like late 2021. And then my Yeez reels a few months ago. But we're going to go over all of them today. We're only halfway done. All right, these are pretty special. These were the first shoes I bought with my own money as a gift to myself on Christmas in 2020. 2020. They didn't arrive until 2021, so technically in 2020 I didn't buy any pair of shoes. I took a break from it. But in 2021, they finally arrived. And I did a review on these, if I can get the box open. My first pair of Yeezys. Now, Yeezy doesn't exist anymore. Well, it does, but it's not Adidas Yeezy. They are the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Zion. Now, the Zions, I think, are one of the more underrated colors, I think, in the whole Yeezy lineup. They look like turtle doves, like the original V1 turtle doves, but they're like a V2 turtle dove, you know? These are thrashed. You can obviously see I've worn these a lot, and I've tried to take very good care of them, but 4 years will do that to a shoe. You can see here it's kind of ripping a little bit. I have to get some like shoe goo and just paste the inside a little bit. Other than that, I'm trying to not wear these anymore since I love them. I don't want them to rip, and I when I saw that the first time, I was really upset. I'll put a picture of the first time I got them back in 2021 up on the screen around here, wherever. These were the shoes that sent me down the path of Yeezy. Like, I had to get more and more and more. But we'll go into that in the next one, and the next one, and not the exact next one, but they all happened within a few months of each other. So these next ones kind of solidified my place in the Yeezy market. I was looking online for birthday shoes in 2021. I had just turned 17, and with my own money from my first job, I bought these, which are the Yeezy 350 Yay Heels. The Yay Heels, I feel like these are kind of odd in my opinion. I still love them, like, obviously, but they're kind of weird for some people. The main upper is a black, so it's easy to style. However, some of the colors, like you've got this red and blue, and then you've got highlighter green, and then beige, and it's kind of whacked all over the place. But I think these are really great, and these are the only black Yeezys I own, the like core black Yeezys that I own. And you can't see any dirt on them, which is the problem because they're also 4 years old, and I'm scared that there's going to be a mound of dirt building up on these sometime soon that I just can't see. However, these I've kept in better condition than the Zions here, which is unfortunate to say because I love the Zions and I love them, you know, so much that I wore them basically to death. But these are in better condition. You can obviously see the boost is not much worn. You can see the little bit of like rubbing from the heel. But I got these for a steal of the century. I got them for $300, and now they go for $5. So I am never selling these. Let's move on to another one. All right, these ones were kind of a shot in the dark. I wasn't great with money when I first had my job. And when I had my card, I would just be like, dude, I want this. And I'd just buy it. And I didn't think about like any savings. So when I had cashed all of my money, it was pretty much gone in like 5 months, which is bad. But this was the result of one of those purchases. And I'll go into a story about it soon. But these are the Yeezy 700 MNVN Honey Flux. I know a lot of people don't like the Honey Flux or just the MNVN in general because, well, they're not 700s. They don't have the same 700 upper with all the suede and the dad shoe vibe and everything. I think these are great, and they're super underrated because, yes, they're harder to clean. The nylon upper that it's made of is difficult to clean. However, I was looking for something that had the silhouette of a 700 that also had the boost, and these have the boost. All the other 700s that I've looked at were like over 300 and everything, and so I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna get any of those. They're pretty expensive. I just want to have something that is a 700 technically, but it's also not, obviously. These are kind of special to me. So if you guys don't know, one of my friends in 2021 unfortunately committed suicide in when he was just 18 years old, and he was a senior in high school. I had ordered these a week before it even happened. We haven't found out and it happened. So when they arrived that day, on the day we found out, I found out yellow was the color of suicide awareness. And I was very emotional because, I mean, it was a friend, you know, it was a friend for like 3 years, 4 years. So when I got these in, I made a vow to never get rid of these because I chose yellow because, well, I liked yellow. And when they arrived, they showed me that there is suicide awareness. And if anybody is struggling with mental health, please get help. It's worth it. I've struggled a lot with mental health a ton of times. Like, I'm even on medication for my mental health. But if you have struggles, please don't hesitate to go out and ask for help. Nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to be angry with you. Nobody is going to do anything to make you upset. If you need help, you need help. And that's the bottom line. We're not going to stay on this topic. Anyway, let's move on to 2022. So in between the 6 months between August of 2021 and I'm pretty sure February of 2022, this 6 months that I was in that time period, I bought 5 pairs of well, I didn't buy 3 pairs of shoes. I received 5 pairs of shoes. I bought 3 of them, and 2 of them I received as gifts. Now, this one was kind of also a shot in the dark, but it's also kind of a funky one. These were my first Jordan 1 highs. I saw these on Stadium Goods, and I was like, I have to have them, right? And I saw them at my local shop, and I was like, oh my god, they're here. I want them. So I picked these up. These are the Jordan 1 High Bordeaux's. Now, I really, really like this colorway. It's clean, it's like elegant, it's, lack of better words. Leather is really nice on this. It's comfy, obviously, it's Jordan. This was when my parents were going through their divorce. My dad was super angry with me. Mom wasn't too happy, but after she saw them, she was like, those are cool. So she loves these. These are one of her favorites in my collection, other than my ice blue mids that she got me. There's really nothing special about these to me other than they're my first highs, my Jordan 1 highs, my first ones. Other than that, I can't really say much else about them. Like, if you can find them for a good price, I'd recommend them. But other than that, they're just easy to rock, you know? Throw on a pair of shoes, they're stylish, they're cool. Okay, so these next 2, I got them at the same exact time. Now, my uncle, you know him, he's bought me shoes, a lot of them in my collection so far. He decided that when it was in about November of 2021, he asked me, what shoes do you want for Christmas? He's like, give me a list of 5. I'm like, okay. So I gave him a list, and these are the 2 that he picked out for me. Now, I will film the other 2 in a separate, like, little edit out. But these are one of them that he got me. My second pair of Jordan 1 highs. These are the Volt Gold colorway. These are also pretty weird to rock. I like these a lot though. Like, with skinny jeans, they're like perfect. But I wore these religiously. Those and the Bordeaux ones and the 700 MNVNs, I wore a lot when it was summer 2022. When I just graduated high school and I was just going out and having a fun time with my friends before we all got started with college. These are honestly one of my favorite Jordan 1s. They're kind of dirty, obviously. I have to clean them. Really surprisingly easy to rock. And I know, like, you can see how my style has evolved over the years. So these are also a little weird because they've also got like exposed foam on the back and on the tongue, which the other Jordans don't. They're all stitched up everything. So these are a little different because of that. It was honestly either these or the Tokyo Biohacks. Those ones are really cool. But other than that, I lived in these religiously in 22, and I still wear them almost every day. So let's move on to the next one. All right, so this next one also from my uncle. He was generous enough to get me 2 pairs of shoes that year, and I was very spoiled. Thank you, by the way. These were also a shot in the dark, but I saw them and I was like, you know what? I would like to try them. So these are the Yeezy 500 Clay Browns. Now, the Clay Browns are, well, they're one of the 500 low colors. This is when the 500 started going down in price. Because if anybody in the sneaker community remembers when the 500s were like $300-400 a piece, right? These, I think, were only, at the time I wanted them, maybe 200. I mean, I love them. I think they're great walking shoes. They're really comfortable. My issue is that I'm scared of like wearing them in the elements because of the suede and the leather and everything else. But like if you wear these with like joggers or anything, they're great. You know, you can wear them with, basically anything. They're chunky, they're comfy, but they've also got this like weird little style to them that I just can't resist. All right, now we move to 2023. So what I've got here is my first pair of Jordan 12s. Now I wanted the 5 UNC's blues. I think that's what they're called. But when we got there, they were a little bit more than what I wanted to pay for them. So I got these instead. I wear these a lot. These are probably one of my favorite Jordan silhouettes. I've always wanted a pair of 12s in my collection, but they were always expensive. So I'm glad I have them now. Nothing crazy special about them. They're just one of my favorite silhouettes of Jordan. And I finally have them. So let's move on to the next one. Now we move to 2024, last year. So these guys, you already know of. They are my Yeezy 350 V2 Yeez Reels. I did a review on these. I'm not going to go into detail. So if you want to go watch the other video, I'll link it in the description below. Go pick them up if you find them for a good price. Other than that, I'm not going to go into detail about them. You guys already know about it. All right, these are my latest pair of shoes that I got for Christmas last year, about a month ago. We did some Black Friday shopping, me and my mom, and I wanted to pick up a nice pair of boots. So I now have some Timberlands. These aren't the ones that are the most popular, because the ones that I saw that were more popular, the ones I've seen a lot, were a little more expensive than these, and these, honestly, they look pretty nice anyway. With bootcut jeans and everything, like, they're a great shoe. They're very durable. I recommend if you like go hiking, or if you have like, you work in blue collar, I definitely recommend these. I personally don't work in blue collar. I just wanted a pair of boots. So other than that, that is all I have for the Timberlands. All right, everybody, that is going to wrap up the entirety of the sneaker collection that has almost been a decade in the making. I don't know what's next for me. I kind of want 5s, Jordan 5s. I'm looking at probably the grape ones or something else. I'll put pictures of the ones I'm looking at on screen right now. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this updated sneaker collection of 2025. It still feels weird saying that. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to try to post more often this year. Take care.